Love is not proven in the sunshine. It is proven in the storm that threatens to tear the roof from over your heads. The biggest lie they sold us about love is that it's a fairy tale that ends with a wedding. The truth is, that real love only begins the morning you wake up next to someone you no longer recognize. When the butterflies in your stomach have long since died and in their place have come bills, exhaustion, and silence. Love is not proven in the sunshine. It is proven in the storm that threatens to tear the roof from over your heads. Today we're not talking about passion. We're talking about what remains when the passion fades. We're talking about a decision We live in a throwaway culture. If our phone breaks, we buy a new one. If we don't like our coffee, we pour it out. Unfortunately, that mentality has crept into our homes as well. How many times have you heard, "It just doesn't work anymore," or "I deserve to be happy, and he or she doesn't make me happy anymore"? But marriage is not a source from which you just drink water until it runs dry. Marriage is a well you have to dig yourself every day, even when your palms are bleeding. Family is not a place where it's always warm. It's a place where you warm yourselves with your own bodies when there's a 20 below freeze outside. Love is not a feeling that employs you. Love is a job you do even when you don't feel like it. Imagine the two of them. Let's call them by any name. In the beginning, their love was a song. You remember those first coffees, those plans for a house with big windows, for children running around the yard, for trips that would never end. In those moments, they thought they were invincible. But life doesn't play by your rules. First came the stress at work. He became quieter and quieter. He brought nervousness home like an unwelcome guest. She tried to reach him but kept running into walls. Then came the debts. The loan that suffocates you every night as you stare at the ceiling calculating how much you have left until payday. And then, as the final blow, illness. Not the short kind, not the one that drains you for months. The room that once smelled of perfume and laughter now smelled of medicine and fear. They no longer wondered where they would go for summer vacation. They wondered how they would make it to Tuesday. One evening, they sat in the kitchen. The light was flickering. The silence between them was not the comfortable silence of two people who understand each other. It was the silence of two strangers afraid to speak, knowing that a single word could bring everything crashing down.
I watch you struggle because of me, and I hate myself for it. This isn't who I am. I was supposed to protect you, but I've become your greatest burden. Sometimes I think your eyes would shine again, but only if I were no longer in the picture.
You think your worth is measured by how much money you bring in or how strong you are. You think I'm here because of that man in the wedding photos. You're mistaken. I am T. Not just your success, but also your failure. Not just your smile, but also your darkness. If you leave, you'll take with you the only person who knows me without a mask. I don't need an easier life. I need you.
but I have nothing left to give you. I am feeling completely empty.
Then we'll share that emptiness until we fill it again. Together. We didn't sign a contract just for the good days. We made a pact for all days.
Nothing magical changed that night. The debts were still there. The illness was still there too, but something more important had changed. Their perspective. They stopped looking at each other as enemies who didn't understand one another and started looking in the same direction, toward the problem that needed to be solved. They started with small things. Morning coffee in silence, but without phones. A touch of the hand while passing in the hallway. A sentence.
Thank you for washing the dishes.
Because in hard times, a little gratitude is worth more than 1,000 diamonds. A family's victory is not in never falling down. Victory is in reaching out together for the way out while the ground is shaking. They learned that marriage is actually a series of small acts of forgiveness. You forgive tiredness, you forgive bad moods, you forgive the fact that your partner isn't perfect because neither are you. Marriage isn't a fairy tale, and that's okay. Family is a worksite. That's where character is built. That's where you learn patience that borders on madness. When life hits you, and it will every day, your partner is your only comrade in the trench. If you start shooting at them, you're left alone against the whole world. Love isn't in grand words, expensive gifts, or social media posts. Love is in that soup you cook even when you're exhausted yourself. Love is staying in the room and listening even when the truth hurts you. Love is the decision to endure because you know that what you're building is worth more than any momentary pride. Those who stay when things get tough become the foundation of this society. They are proof that loyalty still exists and that family is the only true harbor in this crazy storm we call life. That's why I ask you, the one listening to this, if tonight you're tired of everything, if you think there's no point in fighting for your home anymore, stop, take a breath, look at the person beside you. Remember why you chose them on that very first day. Beneath those layers of worry and stress, that person is still there, and it's hard for them too, and they're also afraid. Don't give up, talk, forgive. Try one more time, because at the end of your life, you won't remember how much money you made, but who you held hands with when things were hardest. Share this story with your partner. Share it with someone you know is fighting for their marriage. Let everyone know they're not alone. Subscribe to Fuga Inspires. Here we preserve true values. In this place right here, we truly believe in people because your family is your unwavering greatest strength, and your story is only just starting to unfold its most beautiful chapter. Don't give up now, because your incredible story is just beginning, and the best parts are still yet to come.